What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns. Happy 2026. Can't believe we're here, truthfully. 2025 was an absolute wild ride. And that's why I'm making this video. I usually don't do year in reviews, or I'll do them in like a short or whatever. But this year was insane. Just all over the map. And we're going to dive into everything. And I guarantee you, everything will be in there. Good, bad, indifferent. But yeah, I couldn't leave you guys out of the loop on this one. I had fun reminiscing about this one. Hands down, the craziest year of my life. And we're just going to go month by month. And yeah. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So when I looked back, I truly couldn't believe that this was in January. I had to go back and look, but I'm just watching Dynamite the one night, and I'm like, I see MJF bully this wrestler in the ring to get out of the ring, and I'm like, Shoop? My boy Shoop debuted on AEW. It didn't go well, and he'll be back on the channel in the future for sure, but I was like, what? I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's amazing. February, I had Eugene on the channel, and he was an interesting character, to say the least. He was cool, though. That was very cool. In April, it starts to get a little crazy, so we'll get there. March, my hero turned heel on all of us. Where I was at my friend Joe Farrow's house. He's been on the channel before. You could hear a pin drop in that room when Cena turned heel. Because nobody saw it coming, and we were just like, no! We were like, no. Amazing stuff. And then in March, I turned 29. That was cool. And then I'll be turning 30 in March again. So yeah. And then I got to meet one of the best wrestlers of all time, and he was awesome to meet. The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, Chris Jericho. So April comes around. Like I said, this is where it starts to get a little wild. I got to meet my quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love, in my hometown. Dude was tall. Dude was cool. I had to do it. I was like, that's my guy. That's my future. That's my future. You know, he's going to be the quarterback for years to come. I went on the debuting at the time, Dan and Brandon's podcast, and to say they have blown up since would be an understatement, and I'm proud of them, and they'll be back on the channel in the future, so that'll be fun. Now this is where it really gets wild. We ended up switching softball leagues. Now Marty, I know you're going to watch this video. I will gladly admit that I fought you on this, and that I was wrong, because us leaving the league and joining the other one was the best possible move we could have made. We'll get more into that. And then finally, to end out April, I helped my buddy Scott and Jess reveal the gender of their second baby, and everything went well with them. So hats off to them. Thank you for letting me join that again. That was a lot of fun. Very sweaty, but a lot of fun. May was a lot of fun because we had a lot of moving parts in May, especially on my end in my life. I got to throw my brother a bachelor party, which was an absolute blast of a time. We went go-kart racing, which hurt my head tremendously by the end of the day. I was just like, because you know you aren't supposed to crash people, but they really didn't care, and everyone was just going for it. So that was fun. And then we went to the Phillies-Pirates game. We'll come back to my brother in the coming months because it got crazy for him too, in a good way. So yeah, May of 2025 was an interesting experience, to say the least. But his bachelor party was an absolute blast of a time. June had some sweet memories. Going back to softball, we won our first team championship as a group together in rally softball in very dramatic fashion. We left that other league after constantly getting the snot kicked out of us. Come over here, and our first crack at it, we win the championship 15-13. We had a 15-5 lead heading into the final inning and we almost blew it. But we pulled it off. It was Father's Day too, so I got to win a championship with my father on Father's Day. That's pretty cool. You can't beat that. And if you would have told me we would have won one championship this year, I really wouldn't have believed you. But there's more to come for softball, so it was a wild ride for softball to say the least, but we will get into that. But that first championship with that team, after years of searching for it, that was special, man. You can't beat it. As an athlete, a competitor, you go to war with your boys and girls every week, and it just brings the biggest smile to your face. Can't beat it. July was rather crazy, I'll be honest. My brother and new sister-in-law got married in a beautiful ceremony. It was an awesome day. I was the best man. I got to speak and do all of that. And yes, folks, I didn't say anything bad or crazy. A few people were like, they're letting you speak. I get it. I'm a little wild, but I know how to read a room. Beautiful day. Perfect day. Couldn't think of anything to go better. It was amazing. A little hot, but you know, when you're in the middle of July, what can you do? But our groomsmen entrance was awesome. That was fun. I just had a blast that day, just soaking it all in. And I'm sure they enjoyed it too. But you'll see them on the stream soon. At the end of July, we went to our favorite vacation spot called Woodloch Pines. And at the end of the week, they always give out this award to a person who exemplifies like the Woodloch spirit, you know, always smiling, always happy, yada, yada, yada. And my dad got the award. Like, nobody saw that coming. Like, I shot up out of my chair when I heard his name and my chair fell. But everyone was like, what? Our group was so excited. It was really, really awesome. And we became part of the Woodloch family that day. The rest of these months just go crazy, to me at least, but no, they just go crazy. August, I went to SummerSlam, and I got to see night one, Seth Rollins cash in his Money in the Bank on CM Punk, and I went so insane, I popped a blood vessel in one of my eyes. I can't remember which one. And then, about 2 weeks later, my softball team, back to them, we went back to back. We won another championship, and we did it the only way we know how, in dramatic fashion. Down 11-7 in the top of the 7th. We only played 7 innings. Scored 10 runs to stay alive. We ended up winning the whole thing. That was... my heart rate probably was skyrocketing that day. And then the last thing of August, unfortunately now it just looks like a dark, dark thing. But my Packers traded for Micah Parsons now. That day I was with some of my softball team. I was a little intoxicated, so I was celebrating like we won the Super Bowl. That was a fun time, though. That day overall was fun. Now we're on to September, folks. This one took a little dark of a turn, but we'll end it nicely, so just please bear with me on this one. So, my grandma, we found out she got diagnosed with cancer. And, you know, when you hear that, it does rock your world a little bit. She's doing great now, though, so that's amazing. So, yeah. Also, if you're on my YouTube channel, you know about this one. We lost my YouTube mentor in Craven Something Scary, tragically. I still miss you, buddy. It's weird without you, because usually you would have been on a stream by now, and your spirit will be on a stream in the future for sure. We lost another person. Now, the family tree is quite confusing, but I will work around it. My cousin's wife's brother, Kenny, he unfortunately passed away. And it sounds convoluted in the family tree, but he was my old boss. And he took care of me, and he always liked me for whatever reason. He was an all-around good dude, and Kenny, we miss you, buddy, you know. You always took care of me. I'll never forget that. But I told you we're going to end September on a positive note. I got to catch up with my boy Danny from Claim to Fame. He's doing great. He's on this amazing weight loss journey. Keep it up, my brother. You're awesome, and I'm so proud of you. Keep that good work up, man. Like I said, I'm so happy for him. He's still doing good. And something I didn't see most of this year coming, if not all, truthfully. I got back into golf. I used to golf in high school, stopped for a while, then COVID happened. I only went golfing once in the last 5 years. But now I'm back into it, and I can't believe it. Shout out to you, Serena. You were the crucial part in that one. You'll be hearing her name going forward on this video. Yeah, that's something I didn't see coming for 2025. Not by a long shot. October. Woo! I went on the craziest trip of my life. 4 stadiums in 5 days. I saw the Red River rivalry. Boomer! Hopefully by the time you see this video, they are still in the college football playoff. But that's another story for another time. I got to see the nicest stadium in all of pro football with my father. Well, I also got to see Red River with him too. Allegiant Stadium. Then we flew to Atlanta the next day, and from Texas to Vegas to Atlanta in 3 days. I didn't know what time zone I was in. I didn't know what time it was. Fortunately, the trip got cut a little short because my dad got sick. He is okay now. Don't worry. But thankfully, we got him home when we did. And then a few days later, I went out to Ohio with my boy Joe Farrow. Shout out. We got to see Paycor Stadium. We got to see probably one of the best games of the year, Cincinnati Bengals and Pittsburgh Steelers play. Probably got to see Rodgers play for the final time in person, and that was an amazing game. I had so much fun. I'm a Packers fan, but I was just watching it go back and forth. Was amazing. I got to meet Tony Khan, the AEW president. He was just outside of our hotel chilling. It's like we were smoking a joint. Whatever. And then we got to run into former quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick. Then to end October, went to my first Devils game in a few years. They won. That was a blast of a time. And then I got to be Mark Sanchez for Halloween. And shout out to you, Andrea, for being a cop and taking those very, very funny photos of you arresting me. November, Rhode Island Comic-Con. That was like a fever dream weekend. That was really, really weird. But it was awesome. I met the guys from Ned's Declassified. Now, if you're my age or my age range, you know that show. Those guys were amazing. Hands down, 2 of the best celebrities I've ever met. I met them and Dennis Rodman back to back. So that was when the fever dream was like, wait, this is really, really weird. Catherine Newton, shout out to you. You were a champ. You put up with my nonsense, and anybody that could do that with a smile on their face, she was great too. It's probably her and the Ned's Declassified as my favorite celeb meet and greets for sure. And then that man, Anthony Starr, Homelander. He was everything I expected in person. Very nice guy, but some of the Homelander characteristics definitely bled in to him. I got to attend the Giants-Packers game at MetLife. Thank you again, Serena. Told you she would get mentioned again. And the Packers walked away with a victory. I was stressing it, but we got it done. It was a close one. Serena eventually did drag me out of the stadium for no reason. I was just minding my own business. I deserved to be dragged out for what I was doing. But that's another story for another time. Thank you again for those tickets. That was an absolute blast of a day. I got to see Jordan Love play for the first time in person. Meeting him in the same year, too. That's cool. Micah Parsons, all that. It was awesome. Then 6 days later, I went to Full Gear at Prudential Center. And while that show was, that was an awesome show. Shout out to AEW. Shout out you, Tony Khan. I was dozing off at the end, but when you drink it all day, that's what happens. We had our annual Turkey Bowl at Thanksgiving, and ya boy caught the game-winning TD and delivered the big spike after. And we had an awesome Thanksgiving with my grandma. The Packers won a game. You'll see a picture there. She was wearing her Jordan Love shirt backwards. That's the style now, I've been told, though. So, grandma's ahead of the curve on that one. So I did the stats on my NFL and college experience this year. I went to 5 different NFL games in 5 different states in the span of 35 days. That's crazy. And I went to 4 college football games this year. Oklahoma and Texas, and 3 Rutgers football games. That's insane. Like, I thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad, Serena, and, you know, I couldn't imagine that stretch coming this year. It was just, something I'll never forget for sure. And on to December. We hit 20,000 subscribers in December. What a time. I was so excited that day. My Oklahoma Sooners clinched a spot in the playoff, and at the time of recording, they play in 2 days. So we'll find out where we fall after that. John Cena's final stand. That one rocked me. I can't believe how it ended. I knew how it was going to end, and I was still upset and absolutely heartbroken. Yeah, I got to watch that with my softball team, and we had an ugly sweater Christmas party, white elephant exchange, and you'll see that picture. You'll see a bunch of pictures from this year. So, my editor, this is his last video he is editing for the year. So, Ryan, thank you for the years of service. He wants to move on to bigger and better things. I can't say I blame him, but he will always be a key part of this channel and the growth. I couldn't have done it without him. No shot. So thank you, Ryan. So yeah, that's my year in review. This video is probably going to be long, folks, but I didn't leave anything out. 2025, what a ride it was. If you would have told me what was going to happen in 2025, if you would have mapped it out for me and said this, there's no shot I would have believed you. Good, bad, and indifferent. Craziest year of my life. One I didn't see coming, and one I'm very, very thankful for. And 2026, I got some goals to take care of. One of those goals is to keep the growth of this channel up, because we are about to hit 22,000. By the time this video comes out, we should be at 22,000. Maybe 23, who knows? But yeah, 2025, you took me for a ride. You taught me a lot. I got to meet a lot of great people, got to go a lot of great places, and shout out to everyone that was mentioned in this video and that everyone that was pictured. You guys were a major part in making this an amazing year. So with that being said, happy 2026, everyone. We're starting this year off with a bang. But until next time, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. Plenty more content coming, folks. And yeah, 2026 is here. But until next time, I am Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and we will see you in the next one. Later.